All right, shalom, shalom. All right, before I get started, I want to give all praise and honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Karakadash. All right, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom, Wakasala, Habakyar, which means peace and mercy to the elect throughout the four corners, wherever you may be. All right, I'm the brother Amar from the branch of GMS Cleveland. Come back at you with another video. Lord wants to be edifying to whoever may be watching. And this has been the thing that's been circling, the news lately with the whole digital ID. They're already starting to roll it out. I'm gonna read a brief AI overview about what it is, and then I'm gonna kind of pull up some news feeds or articles. I might not read through them, just probably give you the headlines just to show you what's happening in today's time, which today is November 19th, 2025, right? A little over a month, some change short of 2026. Lord wanting us to year we get the hell out of here. Just like every year that comes around, we always pray and hope, that year is the year the Lord comes back. But anyway, it says when you type in digital ID, right? It says a digital ID is an electronic secure representation of personal identity information that can be stored on a smartphone and used for online or in-person verification. So it's exactly what it just said. This is a digital ID that's used for verification that if you are who you say you are, and they're going to use certain situations like digital theft and people perpetrating to be other people, this, that, and the third, just to bring home the point even more on the reason why you need this. All right, they're going to push convenience and all that other stuff and blah blah blah. So it says it can be used for various purposes, including verifying your ID at airport security checkout, it says checkpoints, or for online transactions, and is often derived from government-issued IDs like a driver's license or a passport. These systems use encryption and biometric authentication, such as Face ID or a fingerprint, to protect user ID and ensure only the owner can access and use it. All right, and of course they put things out there like that. Even though you're giving up all this information, all this data, your facial recognition, your retina, your eye scans, and fingerprints, all this personal data that you actually giving up to these systems. All right, which is going to be stored in some type of cloud or some type of database, and they also let you know that you're going to be the only one that has access to it, and blah blah blah. Man, get the hell out of here, man. Just words, meaningless words, man, that's been thrown out there. Let me see. It says how it works, right? Matter of fact, I'll read through this. It says, what is a digital ID? What a digital ID is: an electronic version of your personal identification, like a driver's license or a passport, stored securely on a mobile device. Right. So physically, if you get pulled over, if you have to prove who you are, whether you driver license, wherever you're doing, and they ask for your driver license, like I said, buying alcohol or so forth and so on, or if you board a plane, passport or identification or a driver license. Instead of you physically going to your pocket and getting it, it'll be all on an electronic device. And eventually what they want to do is to get that to where that tiny technology is in you. All right, so this is going to easily be converted over into, what we believe the m.o.t.b, that B system. All right, but I'm about to get these precepts. I just want to get this real quick. It says use encryption. It says uses encryption and biometric system. It says security like Face ID or Touch ID to protect your identification. It's likely to protect your information. It says not just a picture of your ID, but a verified encrypted digital credential. All right. So You can read that on your read the rest of it on your own, but when you go to the news, right, it says I'm just read literally just the headline. So it says NBC 5 Chicago digital IDs are officially coming to Illinois. Here is when it starts and what's changing. And that's from a day ago. This is another you know uh, feed or channel or article or source. It says Illinois rolls out digital IDs, digital driver's licenses. It says ID cards. All right, so they're already starting to do it, man. All right, they're already starting to do it, man. All right, and like I said, we hope and pray that Esau Edom eventually just just speed this thing up, man. Speed this thing up, man. Because right now, it's just we down here, Jake catching all type of hell. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord is going, He's going to make a way, man, some way, shape, or form. But let me get this real quick, man. This is Ezekiel chapter 2 and um I start at 3. It says, "And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day." It says, "For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send unto thee them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them, man." So this is the thing, man, because this word, really, all this information we're bringing out is really predominantly, well, I'm going to say strictly for the nation of Israel. When we speak about matters concerning salvation, not taking the m.o.t.b, not bowing down to the system, not bowing down to this devil. Um, when we speak about things like that, that is strictly solely for Israel, the nation of Israel, and even within that, there's the elect within the nation of Israel. All right, so I just want to get that out the way. But we do speak about other things that the heathens need to hear, like their judgment, the things they've done to our people, and how the Lord is going to enact vengeance upon them for doing so, and how in the kingdom of heaven, um, they'll be paid back for everything that they've done. All right, so those, when we read about certain things like that, that messages, or those messages need to be he need to hear that. But as far as salvation, like I said, and not partaking with this man wicked system, and not receiving the m.o.t.b, oh, that's for Jake. All right, because like I said, it don't matter if you are a heathen, actual heathen, like a so-called Chinese man, or a so-called white man, or a Hamite, or so-called Africans, and let's say you didn't receive the same technology. It don't matter if we was preaching that to you, no way, because you're not going to receive salvation no way, so it doesn't matter. But that's what our Lord said. He sends it to a rebellious house. All right, our people are hard and stiff necked, man. Here it is. We've been bringing out the truth for X amount of years, and they still don't want to adhere to what it is that's being brought out, even though all these things are being rolled out before you. Brothers is reading about the digital IDs, and you can mark our words. Eventually, that's going to, you know, transfer over, or switch from digital IDs to what's they call that, to the m.o.t.b. All right, I'm telling you. All right, and we out there to forewarn you. All right, now, like the scripture I just read, verse 5, bringing back verse 5, is Ezekiel 2 and 5. And the nation of Israel, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, it says, for they are a rebellious house. It says, yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them. So whether these people hear or whether they forbear, you know, that don't even matter, man. All right, because ultimately we out there doing our job. We're out there prophesying. We're out there telling you, what's taking place, what's about to happen. And a lot of our people, they're just in that spirit of a delusion. All right, where they, they just don't see what's going on, man. It's crazy, man. All right, I got to get this real quick, man. It's crazy, man. Like I said, because these things are plain unto us, man. All right, this is Isaiah 42 and 23. It says, "Who among you will give ear to this?" It says, "Who will hearken and hear for the time to come?" Right. You know what I'm saying? Like you when you teach, man, or you doing videos, especially when you're on the highways and byways, and you just see Jake walk right past you, like, yo, what the hell is wrong with y'all, man? All right, but we understand from a spiritual standpoint that the Lord just got them blinders on these people, man. All right, but you want Jake to get it, but you understand that, hey, if the Lord don't, wake you up out of this, man, it don't even matter. All right. It says, "Who gave Jacob for a spoil in Israel to the robbers?" All right, the robbers being these heathens. Did not the Lord? It says, "He against whom we sinned, for they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law." So there you go. The reason why we're in this current predicament, man. It says, let's see, let me get the other one, man, where it talks about yeah. This is the one I wanted, right? Um, Jumping up. So Isaiah 42 and 18. "Hear ye deaf and look ye blind, that ye may see." Right. Speaking about Jake, because Jake is physically seeing us and hearing us, but yet it's still not clicking. It says, verse 19, "Who is blind but my servant Jacob?" All right, which Jacob had. Jacob is short for Jake is short for Jacob, which the 12 tribes descends from a man named Jacob, but it's the Lord's people, man. All right, that we're speaking about and who Lord has us out there for. Who is blind? Slack it. Who is blind but my servant, or deaf as my messenger that I sent? Who is blind as he that is perfect, and blind as the Lord's servant, seeing many things without observing not, opening the ears but he heareth not, man. So here it is, man. Our people, they're seeing all these signs and wonders and all these end time prophecies that are plain to us. All right, but for whatever reason, which, like I said, once again, we know the reason why, but a lot of our people, they just can't see and perceive what's happening. And it's gonna be too late, man. A lot of our people gonna be led as a sheep to the slaughter, man. That's why you just gotta get in that spirit of, hey, to hell with these, these ones of our people that don't believe. The Lord already has their destiny set, man. All right, as cold hearted as that might sound, all right, it is what it is, man. Only thing that we actually can do, we can pray for certain individuals. You can do that, but at the end of the day, man, if the Lord don't want the person, there's nothing we can do. And furthermore, man, you should really be only worried about the believers, man. The brothers first and foremost, and then the rest of the believers, men, women, and children that wholeheartedly believe on the Lord and actually want this place to get destroyed for its wickedness, man, and because the Bible says so. All right, and once again, salvation is only for the nation of Israel, man. With that, I'm gonna say shalom.